Callum, and Porterfield! Oh, Porterfield has scored!
A block by Tommy Wright Phillips again, and Sunderland
contract trophy aloft for the second time.
Hello, how are we all getting on? So we're back with another video, back with the match preview for our game on Saturday at the Stadium of Light, 12:30 kick-off against Stoke City. Massive week at the club in my opinion, back-to-back home games, Stoke and then Bristol City before a trip to Swansea next weekend. Nothing less than 6 points in these next two games will not be good enough in my opinion. But I did a video the other day of where I think things have gone wrong in the previous 6 weeks. If you haven't seen it, the link's on screen now to take you to it. But following on from that video, I've done a little bit more reflection, and you know, when I think about it, this Pedro Ribeiro situation, under what circumstances have you ever known a club interview for an assistant manager or an assistant head coach? You know, as long as I've been following football, the assistant manager has always come with the manager. The manager appoints somebody who he's worked with at his previous clubs or somebody who he knows and he trusts. But for the club to actually hold interviews for the assistant head coach's position, again a strange and crazy situation in my eyes. And also the stipulation that Regis Lebris had to work with Dodds and Proctor when he took the job on, again a really strange decision. But this is the thing that we're working under Christian Speakman. It's something that there's not much we can do about apart from have a whinge about it now and again. Now, everything was working fine in my opinion until Ribeiro took charge. So is it him that's the issue? But I still got a feeling it's Dodds and Proctor got too much influence. But let me know what your thoughts are on that video if you haven't seen it. But on to Stoke then, managed by Narcis Pelak. Now, I've never heard of him, to be honest, and probably you haven't either. That's because he's only ever had 2 managerial jobs in his career. He came to England in 2020 when he was appointed as part of the staff with Carlos Corbehan at Huddersfield. He then went to Norwich as first team coach, and then he was appointed Stoke manager in September this year, where it really hasn't started very well for him. So as you can see, Huddersfield Town, he was caretaker manager, had 2 games in charge between the 10th and 13th of February, played 2, won 1, drew 1, lost 1. He, like I say, he took over as Stokes manager on the 18th of September. He's managed 14 games, he's won 3, drew 6, lost 5, with a win percentage of only 21%. Now, he is relatively young, he's only a young lad. I think he retired from football at the age of 27 and went straight into coaching. But he says he's had a poor start in life at Stoke City. They've only won 2 in the last 10 games, and they've not won in 4 games since they beat Blackburn 2-0 away on the 6th of November. They are 14th in the league, played 18, won 5, drew 6, lost 7. They've scored 19, conceded 22. They've got 21 points, so 12 points behind us in the league table in 10 places. They do sit in the same position in the away form table. They've played 8 away games, won 2, drew 2, lost 4, only scored 4 goals, conceded 9, and they've took 8 points away from home. So on paper, this is a very winnable game, and a game I fully expect us to be taking 3 points from. Having said that, although they are in poor form, they seem to be a bit of a team where you never know which Stoke's going to turn up. And they have got some decent players in the squad. You can see here the top 3 rated players this season are Victor Johansson, the goalkeeper, followed by Tom Cannon, somebody who we know very well, was linked with us probably every transfer window in the previous 3 or 4 transfer windows. He's gone to Stoke, where I think he's got a few goals for them. Also Ben Wilmot, the defender, so that's their top 3 rated players this season. Goal scorers, Tom Cannon, well, you can see he's got 7. Milian Manhoef's got 3, and Andrew Moran's got 2. And assists, you see there, John Hobeer with 5, Enda Stevens has got 2, and Milan Manhoef has got 2 as well. They do also have a certain Mr. Lyndon Gooch at the squad, who left after all those years here. He went there although I believe he is currently injured until the middle of December and will miss out on a chance to play at the Stadium Light, something I'm sure he'd be really, really gutted about. But like I say, they're a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde side Stoke. I think that you never know which Stoke you're going to get. They'll either be brilliant or they'll just be rubbish. I'm hoping we'll get the rubbish version on Saturday. Like I said, the last win was away at Blackburn, and the way Blackburn have been playing, that's 9 main feet down there to win. They did lose at home 2-0 to Burnley at the weekend, so they'll be looking to put that right. But on to us then, so we will be looking to get back to winning ways now after no wins in 6 games. We've drew 5 and lost one of them, the last one being the 1-0 defeat at Sheffield United last Friday night. Our last win was the 26th of October when we beat Oxford at home 2-0. After that, we're now missing Chris Mepham at the heart of the defence for possibly 3 games through suspension. Things aren't getting any easier at the club. But based on the injuries and the suspension that we have and players out of form, I think it's time for a change in certain personnel. So with that in mind, this would be the team that I would play on Saturday. I'd have Anthony Patterson in goal. The back 4, I'd have Trey Hume, Dan Ballard, Adji Alicia and Dennis Serkin. In the middle, I'd have Milan Alexic taking Dan Neil's place. I'd have Eliza Mienda on the right taking Roberts' place, with Job and Rigg in the middle, Tommy Watson on the left and Wilson Isidore continuing up front. There is also a case in there where we might possibly in a situation of burning young Chris Rigg out. We know what happened with Job last season. Played him too much. Towards the back end of the season he was spent and his performances dipped and fell off a cliff. We don't want to be in that same situation with Chris Rigg. He's only 17. We don't want to be playing too much football so he gets knackered and burnt out for the second half of the season. So there is an option there to rest Chris Rigg, keep Dan Neil in, play Alexic in Rigg's position and take it from there. Now, like I said, let me know what your thoughts are on that team selection. What would you do? What would you change? A lot of people saying Luke O'Nien has to play. I'm not a believer of that. If there's players who are in better form and playing or better than him, then you have to play them. Now, not that I'm saying Luke O'Nien's done much wrong this season, but I just think Adji Alicia is a more natural defender. And in midfield, the same Dan Neil. I've said he's not a defensive midfield player. He's massively out of form for me. He's not a captain either. So all them 3 combined has probably had a knock-on effect for the overall performances this season. Now, like I said, this is the game I fully expect us to win. But we all know football doesn't really work that way. Has a habit of coming to kick you in the teeth when you least expect it. But I do think that we will win. Last season, if you remember back, we beat them 3-1 at home with goals from Mason Burstow, Abdullah Barr and Pierre Ekwa, and they got a goal back through a Jensen Sealed own goal. So like I say, they are there for the taking. So based on all that I've said above, I fully expect us to win the game. I'm going to go for a very nervy and a very edgy 2-1 win to finally get back to winning ways. Now, don't forget to submit your score predictions in the comments below to get a chance on the leaderboard for the shirt competition. But let me know what your thoughts are, on that overall video. Do you think that this is just a blip that we're going through, or is there something a little bit more sinister behind the scenes? What's the effects and what's the reasons behind it? But the score prediction, so you can see only one person correctly predicted a 1-0 defeat at Sheffield United on Friday night. That was Ibrahim Al-Mutawa, so 5 points for him. And then there was a following 5 people predicted a defeat, which was Gary Dunn, Kenneth Allen, David Cade, David Newell and Ray Knight. They get 2 points each. That makes the overall scoreboard look like this, with John Ruddock still at the top with 30 points, Peter Smith's on second on 28, Mel Lacey's on third on 25. Then we've got 3 people on 24, Gary Dunn, Kenneth Allen and Ray Knight. Put your score predictions in the comments below for a chance to get in that leaderboard. Now, if you don't mind, please like, share and subscribe to the channel if you didn't mind. As you can see, for whatever reason, I've lost 74 of you subscribers in the last 28 days. So either YouTube are screwing us over, or you're absolutely sick of me waffling on and talking shite. But if you are a new or returning viewer and you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button and see if we can get these numbers back up heading into the Christmas period. There'll be loads of videos and loads of content coming at Christmas, hopefully all positive, hopefully reviewing loads of wins, starting with a win on Saturday against Stoke to get us back on track and something to take into the game on Tuesday night against Bristol City. But like I always say, don't forget to get involved. Please share it with your friends, get your comments and I'll answer to them all. But until the next time, thanks for watching, take it easy, stay safe and we'll speak soon. Ta-ra.